don't do a lot of films. In the last 10 years, I have only shot one film at a time. They all think they're bad boys. The actor in me was my biggest strength. So yeah, it's a fun film. I really had fun working with Kriti. We got along really well.
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. I'm with someone super charming and talented. Joining me in a conversation is Shahid Kapoor. Welcome to Instant Bollywood.
Thank you, Aina.
I want to start off by asking you that you've done a lot of intense roles over the years, but this is your first out-and-out action film.
Yeah.
My question to you is, when an actor wants to do an action film, they aim for a big screen. What gave you the conviction for this to release on an OTT?
Interesting question. Yeah, I was waiting to do an action film. I don't have any I don't create any really solid rules for myself, because I think things happen in its own way. And me and Ali had been talking about doing something, and this was actually right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So the first wave had gotten over, and it was impossible to shoot most things. It was just practically impossible to get something big or expansive on floors. And he said, I have a subject that I feel we can achieve during this period. Although it has all the tropes, it has a lot of action, and it's a full kind of front-footed, intense, moody, broody action hero for you. But it's a performing part. It's not just action. It's also emotional. There's a lot of drama. There is a strong emotion because of which this character is doing what he's doing. And it's very situational, and it's real and raw. And I actually like real, raw, gritty stuff, So when we discussed the subject, we both felt that we don't want to kind of, because we want to take it to the theatre, kind of start messing with it so that it has some of the things that we felt was important to take a film to a theatre for a big action experience. Also, with films like Extraction and things like that, there is a huge space for the action genre on OTT, right? And him and me thought that, this would be the right kind of product to put out there as a direct to OTT original. And we felt we could be more pure about it, the language and the amount of blood and gore that we've seen, and the fact that we don't have a heroine in the film and we don't have songs in the film.
Yeah.
So it kind of sets you free from all those things, and you can go and do something which can find a very wide audience on OTT without being worried about those things. Yeah. And we actually didn't overthink it. We just were like, this feels like it's right for OTT, so let's just go and make it for OTT. We'll still make it big. We'll still do big action. The quality and the caliber will be what it needs to be. But we felt like it lended itself more to being viewed on digital platform.
Which actually makes me wonder, as an actor, does it get difficult for you to also balance the challenging aspect and the commercial aspect before choosing any script?
I don't want to do a film which I think only the filmmaker and my family members, because I'm in it, will watch. I'm very clear about that. You have to try and create accessibility, regardless of the sensibility of the product that you do, right? So it's very important to want as many people as can to watch your product, right? That's how you grow. But you don't want to compromise on doing something which you yourself can't relate to, right? Because then I think you, as an actor, you look out of place. You have to go with what you feel strongly. But the idea is to take a good film and take it to a wide audience. And that's how you get into it. And then you work at achieving that throughout that process. Because a film is made over a long period of time. Every day you do something and you add value to that film.
Right.
So if you come with the right mindset, at least you'll be moving in the right direction.
Right.
Yeah.
And even you said that this film was shot within 36 days.
36 days.
As an audience, I'm curious that is it easier for an actor to shoot a film in one go versus, you
For my kind of actor, yeah. I love to do things in one flow.
Because
I like to get in, I like to be in it, and then I want to just get done with it.
Is it difficult to switch on and off from the character, and when you're doing a lot of films?
I don't do a lot of films. In the last 10 years, I have only shot one film at a time. Yeah. I don't do two films together. I would if I need to at some point, but I would prefer not to.
And you started off with Ishq, which was a sweet boy, and then from Kamine and Kabir Singh, we saw a transition.
People don't take sweet boy seriously. What to do?
No, that's
All
not
you girls
true.
also don't like sweet boys.
We do. In the end,
You all want bad boys.
you end up marrying
And no
a
guy
sweet
thinks
boy.
he's a sweet boy. They all think they're bad boys.
But and the girls end up getting married to a sweet boy.
Do they?
Yeah.
First time or second time?
I'm sure you must have got so many proposals after Vivah.
I was always very shy.
Yeah. And so when you broke out of the box, is there a film that younger Shahid felt like, oh my god, I didn't think I could do this? And you
I
did
always
it?
wanted to actually.
Okay.
The younger me was always wanting to do films like Kamine and Urta and Heather and Kabir Singh. Like I always wanted to play characters which were complex and which were not just about how I look. Isn't that how you also feel like people should not just judge me by how I look? I think every human being feels that. That there's more to me than what meets the eye, So even as an artist, you want to express yourself like that. You're like, okay, this is how I might be looking, or this is how you feel my personality is, but there is a lot more within me which I want to express. And I always felt that the actor in me was my biggest strength. And I felt like that is who I wanted to put out there. Okay, maybe this is like it's like it gives me the entry ticket. Ki, "Arey, cute lagta hai," and all that. But I'm here to act. So like now that I've entered, I want to act.
100%. And now that your kids are, I know they're very young, but what do they feel and tell you when they see you on screen? What does Zen say? What does Nisha say?
I don't like them seeing me much. So their first question was only like why do people come up to you and like why? Like because they hadn't seen much of my work.
Yeah.
And now recently they just saw Jab We Met. It had come out in theaters, so they went and saw it. My mom took them to see it. And Mira wanted them to go see it. She was like, this is one film where you're not like hitting people and doing all this intense stuff. It's a, it's a family viewing kind of film, so I want them to go see it. So that's actually, I think, the first film of mine that they saw. And so they should know what I do, but I don't want to like keep telling them about it or like give it too much importance. It should be like how like any man works. Papa's working, Mama's working, Mira works. And this is what we happen to do. That I wanted to be that much of.
But they don't have this perception. I mean, they're very young, but their father is this massive star, and they.
थोड़ा आ रहा है. मेरे को disturb कर रहा है.
You don't want that.
No, I love the fact that I have a normal relationship with them. I don't want them to view me in any. It's a real normal relationship, and that is what it should be, because it's a father-child relationship, right? So I want my child to not get awed by anything. I don't feel that's healthy. I want to be my children. I want to be their friend.
Okay.
I want them to be able to come and do whatever they want with me. Like they should be able to take me for granted. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Like they don't let me sleep. They'll wake me up. They don't care. Papa has work, doesn't. I don't care. You have to be with us.
Yeah.
I like it. I love that. I think that's how children should be.
Does it get difficult to balance with your time?
Very difficult. I'm always struggling. I'm always feeling like, how am I going to put everything in 24 hours? And I'm told by friends and family that sometimes I need to choose one side, but I am unable to do it.
I can imagine how difficult that might be. And you have that FOMO of them growing up and you're not able to see that. What I also want to know is, does Mira discuss work with you?
Normally. It's not like entering into my workspace, but we are husband and wife. Everything that happens in her life, she talks about it if she wants to, and everything that's happening in my life, if I want to talk to her about it, I'll talk to her about it. It's simple. We don't go beyond that. Like we allow that to happen in a normal way. Like I don't need to tell her everything. She doesn't have to tell me everything.
Yeah.
But we choose to tell each other because we like it.
And because you spoke about Jab We Met, Aditya Kashyap has been, like you said, girls don't like sweet boys. But if you see on Instagram, there are reels like, get me an Aditya Kashyap or I don't want anyone.
Yeah, but Aditya Kashyap happened how many years back?
Like almost.
Yeah, and the reels are happening now.
60.
It took 10 years for the girls to realize.
But it's still like, girls want a guy like Aditya Kashyap. How close is Aditya Kashyap to Shahid as a lover?
No, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really be able to say like, any of the characters that I play are completely me, or that there's nothing of me in them. Neither of that is true. A certain amount of me is in every character that I play. I don't think you can express something if you've not felt it or if you don't understand it. So of course, whatever I have expressed comes from a truthful place.
You said in a recent interview that you want to play a lot of romance films, and you want to do more of such films, and you're doing a film with Kriti.
Yeah.
Can you speak about something or a little about how the
Yeah,
things
well, that's
on that
it's
front?
kind of a love story, but
Okay.
like it's kind of a love story because it's not a, it's a slightly high concept, different kind of film, and the love story is little unique. It's little different, but there is love, but it's also a very quirky film. It's a fun film. It's a light film. It has a couple of things that it speaks about, which I think are very relevant for today. But it happens all in light-hearted manner. But there is love. Like love is there. Um, so yeah, it's a fun film. I really had fun working with Kriti. We got along really well. I think she's at the top of her game right now, and so I think both of us were in a place where we were kind of collaborating at a good time. And yeah, I'm excited for it. It'll be out this year, I think, in theaters.
In theaters. A lot of people also speak about why don't we see Shahid doing a dance film? Because that's the dancer in you that people want to see.
I am
more.
dancing. Now in every film I'm dancing.
Every film.
Yeah.
But a dedicated.
6 years I didn't dance. Now 6 years I'm going to dance.
Done. We're waiting to see. Before I let you go, quick, small questions I'm going to ask you.
Sure.
After this interview, what is the first thing that you're going to do after you're done with interviews for today?
I'm going to sit in my car. I'm going to put that massage button on. And then I'm going to get on my iPad and I'm going to faff all my way back home.
Oh, okay. If you could do a horror film, which one would you want to be in?
I would want to be the creature.
Oh,
I don't want to be the guy getting scared. Like, I don't want to give those expressions. It's so boring. I want to be the creature. I want to be the scary guy. It'll be
you
fun.
want to scare people?
Yeah. Be fun, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A co-actor you've been the most comfortable with?
Many of them, yeah. I think I obviously have been very comfortable with my first co-actor, which was Amrita. We did many films together. I had a great time working with Kiara when we did Kabir Singh. I had a good time with Kriti now. And yeah, I mean, I've gotten along with most of my co-actors. I've not really had trouble as such with most of them. Get along fine.
What's the key aspect that keeps you fit throughout the year?
You have to keep telling yourself every day, get up and get that workout, and try and be disciplined. I think discipline is very important. And I don't think fitness is just about going to the gym. It's a lot to do with what you do outside the gym. I think fitness is a lot to do with how you think, because, how much cortisol your body produces depends on how much stress you take.
Right.
So it's important to be happy. When you're happy, your body will be healthier. Everything will be easier. Otherwise you're like literally fighting the hormones and the chemicals in your body. You need serotonin in your body.
Yeah.
You should not chase dopamine because it's just a hit. You should chase serotonin because that's happiness. It's
That's
not
so
pleasure.
true.
It's very different.
That's so
so you should get the basics right.
Right.
Just like be positive. Positivity really helps. I feel you need to be in a because I think we are all talking to ourselves negatively. We're all very critical of ourselves. So we don't appreciate ourselves enough. So I think it's important to talk positively to yourself, and
chill a little. Yeah. And we all know you have a beautiful house. Who actually decides the interiors?
Both of us, both me and Mira, we both kind of, so when we got married, I had just shifted into a house, and so Mira came into that house, and she complained a lot about it. She said, "You have only 2 spoons and 1 plate in this house. How do you live?" I said, "I live alone, man. Like, how do you want me to live? That's enough for me. It does the job." So she was like, "You don't even have a set. Like, how, if guests come home, how do you serve people?" Like, I don't know. We order out or whatever. You order in or whatever, So, so she had to enter into a house which she hadn't kind of built, right? So now that we had a new house, we could make it the way that she wanted to make it, and she was happy to kind of share that thing. And so it's a house which is made for the family. So I think both of us have worked towards it together.
And we often see you go for grocery shopping outside food hall. What's your...
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pre-COVID, dude. I haven't done that post-COVID.
Yeah, and we used to see your outfit looks, and you're like so well he's dressed and he's going for grocery shopping.
Oh my God.
That became a thing after a point.
It became a thing, really?
Yeah, because we used to see you in Paps, and I personally enjoyed watching that.
Okay, I'll go again for you.
Done.
Okay.
Okay. Who's the first, who your best on-screen chemistry with?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay.
तुझे पता है लड़कियां कितनी upset हो जाती हैं अगर उनका नाम ना लो तो?
Yeah.
You know this, na?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Actually, I wouldn't pester you to answer that. So yeah, and your go-to outfit?
T-shirts and jeans. I wear or track sets. I wear a lot of track sets.
Yeah.
Unless when it's this hot, then you can't. But
Yeah, 100%.
so I'm more into athleisure, comfortable clothes. I don't like to
Elevating
dress
taste.
up for no reason. Like I anyways have to dress up to be an actor, so
Yeah.
it's more than enough for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you, and I'm glad I could finally get an interview with you. Finally, yeah.
Many more to come.
Many more to come.
Thank you,
For
Anna.
sure. Thank you.
Pleasure.
And we're looking forward for Bloody Daddy, so all the very best for that.